I forgot the stream.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of happens. It's not going live at some point in time. Greetings, everybody. Welcome to Records of Evil. It's time for a wedding! Woo! Wedding!
Yay!
Wedding!
It's the
Mafia wedding.
Mafia wedding. It's the wedding episode. We were ready for this one. But yes, if you're joining us, this is a Lawful Evil D&D game. They're in modern-day Faerun. And they're going to a Mafia wedding because, for two reasons. Docs has some connections with the Mafia, and therefore has been invited to join us in this wonderful occasion. And also, there is the possibility that a certain person whose name I forget that I gave. Oh, there it is. Was it? It was Mark?
I think that was the name.
It's Mark.
Let me check my notes.
It might be a different one. I've got 4 names here in the chat, and I'm like, which one is the one I...
Apparently I didn't write down. I think it was whoever the like really old half.
Yeah, it was the Mark guy. I think that we were gonna.
Yes.
Go try to talk to.
Yeah, Mark Glamorhorn. Sounds about right. There you go. A very, very old human who apparently, did I say
half elf?
Yeah, half elf. That's why.
Like
so
170.
Yeah. So it's like his elven side is got some mafia connections, and on the human side, he was connected to. I'm so bad on names today already. Wow. The lady you're looking for is Descendants. I'm just gonna say that because then I don't have to think or look at my notes. Anyway,
I'd help, but I don't have any of those notes because I wasn't here for that time.
It's fine. I'd find it very quickly in my notes, but I'm not gonna. So
They're a pinned message in the chat.
If I didn't open it already, I'm not going to open it until break. You know that. I'll mess with the stream if I try to bother with it now.
I'm just saying. I made a group notes and shared it, and it's pinned in this chat.
We have to remember, Tantus breaks things very easily. You should not click anything while streaming.
Oh, no, I thought you were asking about notes, Momo.
Yeah, I have those, but I just don't remember.
For me, it's like I really should open those notes, but I forget.
I will open them though, because they are useful.
It's like in Vampire, where it'd be like, "Do you remember to open your book?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't." Book opened? What's that? I'm only running the game.
I don't need to know what's happening. I'm just running it.
I don't need these books open or anything.
At least I have
it's all
this one
up here.
At least I have this one next to me, so that counts for something, you know.
Listen, I've got my Dungeon Master's Guide in PDF on my computer. If I need to open anything for my games, it's there. It's all up in my head though. I don't need.
So, you've heard about the Mafia. You've got the Mafia wedding. You've heard about all this information. You've gotten stuff together. What's your plan to prepare for a wedding? I told you it was going to be farther north around the Sea of Falling Stars. I'm going to say it is taking place in... Oh, what's a good city to give to you? We probably don't want it there. Oh. That name... Wait. Okay. I'm going to stop here for a second. I'm on my favorite map. Daggerfall. That's Elder Scrolls, right?
Yes.
There's a Daggerfall on this map.
Nice.
I would... Oh boy. God, which do you think would have been made first?
I honestly don't know.
To be
Elder
fair,
Scrolls
like,
Daggerfall is old.
to be fair, Daggerfall is not...
Also an incredibly generic name.
Yeah.
It is quite generic. And it just broke me for a second when I was looking by that there, and I was like, wait a second.
Wait,
Okay. So
Also, there's a is there a Daggerfall? I see a Dagger Falls.
look for the Moonsea, and then follow the River Tesh towards the Anarok Desert, and you will find Daggerfall on the... I'm using a map of Faerun that's like a little bit more was in a book. Fucking 3 in a row.
I'm too blind to read maps, apparently.
What the hell is it with them, like, clustering nowadays? Like, they don't show up for long periods of time, and then they just cluster. Oh. I may have banned the wrong person, because I missed an eye there. Whatever.
That's fine. Oh, God, there's so many bots.
Yeah, 3 in a row. There we go. That's the correct one.
I'll deal with the gun out.
Yeah, like normally it's pretty quiet from bots. It's been pretty quiet from bots lately, so I guess they were saving up for like one mass attack, which by mass attack I mean 3 showed up.
It's more than usual.
Wasn't there like 4 in the row one time?
Oh yeah, there was like 4 at once.
See, they just save up for those mass attacks on you. You're like, quick, spam them with messages. Yeah, but no. So, oh god, I was gonna say something, but I think I've decided on where it is. I just have to check if let me just check something here. Well, we were talking about stuff. So you will find out that the location is going to be at a a little park kind of area, like let's say an arboretum, outside of Flan, spelled Phlan, Flan. Though, you are invited if you are coming to the wedding. There is a sort of party ahead of time in Zental Keep. So in 1 week's time is where the wedding is going to take place. 3 days beforehand, there's going to be like a special party in Zental Keep that is more for, I will say, the criminal side of things. That's why you've got the invite docs.
Okay.
Because that's where, like, the Dawn will take care of a lot of their business and meet with the members of the family who will be attending the wedding to discuss proper etiquette at said wedding before his niece gets married. I think we said it was his niece, didn't we?
You asked this on the day of my niece's wedding.
Mm-hmm. If not, I'm just copying Godfather, and I really forgot that was a niece too. Was that a niece also?
Daughter and Godfather.
Oh, okay, close enough.
I missed the day of my daughter's wedding.
On my map, it's Dagger Falls, so it's like a town. So it's not Daggerfall. It's Dagger
I know,
Falls,
it's Dagger
so
Falls,
like
but it's really close, and I'm like...
Yeah.
It's legally distinct.
They added an S at the end. That makes...
Well, also, it's like Dagger Falls, so it's like a waterfall.
I know.
There's a waterfall in the town.
It's just silly. So yeah. Zental Keep's not
I found where it is on the map.
huge distance away. You'd have to actually head up through the Corinthor. The main road would have you heading north, kind of the direction you had taken last time you went up the Sword Coast. I feel like at this point in time, though, you probably want to go to Crymor, which you had visited previously, and rather than continue heading north towards Baldur's Gate, you'd want to start heading... there's a split between, after Crymor, heading north, between heading to Baldur's Gate or heading deeper into the continent. and you're going to want to go in through Coromir, through the Coromir Forest, and up towards Zental Keep. That would be the easiest path to take to get there.
Okay.
So I'll say it's Saturday now, and next Saturday is the wedding, and on Wednesdays the meeting in Zental Keep. You don't need to go to that one, but it would be of the utmost respect for you to attend, as you have done great work for us, and you're considered a good friend of the families.
Yeah, Docs would definitely want to go to both, if the time can be squeezed.
Very well. I'll prepare as many fire spells as I feel I'll need.
We can absolutely go.
I don't think you'll need to burn anyone.
Unfortunate.
Also, one, I don't know what the nicest clothing you all own is, but you might want to get something nice. And two, you may hear a few stories about the things I've done. A lot of it, just don't pay any mind to it.
I will tell you, it would be at least, if you go by car, which is probably the easiest way to go there, it would be approximately a 2-day journey. You could probably make it in 1 day, but it would be like a really long day. It's about 1,500 miles away. That gives you an idea of the distance. Because it's about 500 miles to Crymore. So that's definitely at least half a day's journey. That's it's a big highway, so you could probably make it 6 hours at least. And then that's about a third of the way to Zental Keep. You could then push forward and stop in Coromir somewhere. Maybe something outside of Suzail, the capital. You could go a little bit before there. There's a couple small towns. Certainly, if you wanted to, you could push on the entire evening. It's just as, I will say, driving is still a stressful thing and tension-hitting, and it will tire you out. So even your Irenaeus, who is currently, not here, a.k.a. Thursday, who drives, would tire out,
That character also can drive.
Driving for 18 hours, because that's approximately, I guess, what it would be to get there.
Yeah, that would be a long trip.
I'm just saying we could switch off.
True. If you wanted to, you could switch off. It's an option.
Okay.
But it depends on how many days you want to take to get there. As I said, it's Saturday now. You don't have outfits for a wedding.
I mean, yeah, we're all... Doc says nice clothes, but he's got to buy something nice for this. This is a special occasion.
Yeah. We have to buy nice clothes. You should probably let Doc's help pick something up. She has no concept of what it would actually be good or not.
Docs will get himself a sort of a very nice black tuxedo, very stylish, but the tie will be, of course, the signature kind of tie. Whereas a darker sort of pinkish color. And if possible, he would also like to maybe get it a little something extra, some kind of a gift to give, which would be probably very nice to do.
Okay. Certainly can find it in town here. I will let you know there is one major issue you will face. Thursday, tailored stuff, might not be able to get it done in time. And then for sale, tailored stuff, might not be able to get it done in time.
Yeah, that's going to be an issue, but...
Now, there is, if you were looking up, there is a possibility, if you gave it enough time, to swing by the Marsh of Tun. Because there's a lizard folk population there, and there also happen to be a place there that you can get some clothes. It's risks, skilled and cold-blooded. a specialty clothing shop for the reptile deep inside you.
Ooh, fancy.
Nice.
That's what they say on the TV ad.
Yeah. The Marsh of Tun.
What is traditional fancy clothes for lizard folk? Is it just a suit and tie?
No, they probably have something a little different. It probably is what would be called modern tribal wear is the current style for fancy lizard folk. It's this weird trend of looking like, you know, combining a lot of the modern fashions and like doing, sensibilities of like, you know, pockets, zippers, buttons, all that kind of stuff, but having like a very like wild look to it. And in fact, it's recommended that like having some fresh flowers to decorate the outfit, where they will tell you where to put it on there. Flowers for the women and ferns for the male. That is
something that looks kind of in the right vein of.
I'm sure someone could look up modern tribal wear and find something that would fit.
Oh, that's really good.
I can't see that right now. I'm going to mess with the stream and see that for a second. Okay, yeah. There you go. Very fancy. The winged lady.
Oh, it's going to be a problem.
I'm going to say you could try to scour the city here. You could also try to both Suzail, which you're going to be going near, and Central Keep when you arrive, are big cities. They are both very major cities. I'll say if you want to try to take a look around here and find something that would be at least relatively made for someone with massive wings, you could look. If not, you could try those two locations. I.e., someone could make an investigation check, and I will give you a disadvantage for this investigation check, because it is difficult to find. We might come down to, you can find something that fits there, and you're going to have to tailor it yourselves, which would be hilarious, and I'm giving that as an option, because you could fail 3 different checks of investigations with disadvantage. That's just me being a cruel taskmaster a little bit. You're welcome.
Hell yeah. Alright, Doc's not from here, so he doesn't know any places here. So.
They sort of know things.
I'm going to ask Robin if she knows any tailors who might do a rush job.
Oh.
I just thought of something, but I'll go after this exchange.
She'll answer herself. Yes, hello, what is it?
Hello, this is Vercel.
I know.
I'm wondering if you could point me in the direction of any tailors who might be willing to do a rush job.
Tailors? Like how quick?
How quick was it, Tantus?
It is Saturday. The wedding is Friday. But you'd probably have to leave by, I don't know, Monday or Tuesday at the latest. So
2 or 3 days?
What kind of event?
Wedding.
Where's the wedding at?
I name the location.
Plan. Is the wedding when you arrive? Or is it festivities you have to arrive early for? Are you part of the wedding? Are you just merely a guest? These are questions that are important.
Guest and arriving early.
Alright then. I can see if I can arrange something to be sent to you. Just let me know your address when you arrive in Flair. Who's it for?
For me, we're planning to stop over, so it's primarily for Theruzi.
Ah, yes. Her. Alright then. I guess you have to accommodate for the wings. That's fine. I'll send someone over tomorrow to get some measurements. They should be able to send the information to the right person. Hopefully. But I warned you, this is certainly a rush job, and it's very difficult.
We're expecting it to be expensive.
Good. Click. Just hangs up. Alright. So, yeah. She's gonna see what she can do. Try to get the flag.
Okay. Docs is gonna phone up Lay, because Lay has been in this city for like a month at this point, and ask if Lay has any ideas on where to get clothing for someone with demon wings or devil wings.
Okay. You'll hear this in the background.
God.
What? I can barely hear you.
Oh boy. Sorry to bother, but it's going to be going to.
I am Queen of the Harlots.
Oh boy, I take it this is a bad time.
No, it's fine.
I'm heading up north for a wedding. We need clothing for Thursday.
No, don't. Keep the top on. Keep the top on, please. Not in public. Boy. I know. I have been drinking a lot. You know how hard it is for me to get drunk? I've been drinking a lot. Anyway, you're going somewhere again for various things.
Wedding. We're going to a wedding.
Oh, you need someone to come along to a wedding? I am great at crashing weddings. Want to go to a wedding?
Oh, God. Oh, perfect.
Just tell them the wrong place. Tell them, please.
Oh, boy.
I accept your proposal! I think that's a yes? That or I've arranged to get married. I'm not sure which yet.
Okay. I need a little help getting something for Thursday to wear. The wings kind of are an issue.
Oh. See, on my end, I am a unique flower that has magical abilities that can alter some clothes occasionally. Also, you have to know who to sleep with. I guess she really hasn't dealt a lot with them. I'm guessing there's a lot of torn clothes.
Yeah, a lot of it. I keep having to yell at her to wear clothing a lot of the times.
Sounds about right. She's just exploring her natural ability to be a harlot of the underworld, both in battle and in sensuality. It is something that we all explore when we realize who we are. I leaned more into the sensuality side, while most lean into the battle side. I don't know, there's something about decapitating someone that gives you quite a rush, if you know what I mean.
I prefer the old, just kind of melt their brain a bit, but I suppose, see the appeal of a mess.
Bathing in the blood of your enemies is just something you cannot get away from. Let me trust you. It's a little hard to do on a repeated basis, hence why, I don't tend to, but I'm there for it. Anyway, off topic. Yes, wings. Well, there's some simple alterations I can give you instructions for, that would help out. Well, look, why don't when we get back a little later on, this party's a little too happening right now, and I don't think we can dismiss ourselves, and I don't want to miss the orgy.
That's fair.
Anyway, yes, we'll try to give some help for the lass.
I would appreciate that.
You will now pleasure me all of you!
Docs is just gonna hang up the phone now. After hearing that, like, all right, nope.
All right.
And Docs will kind of go to the others. Well, I think I got some help with the clothing. Also, I may have accidentally invited two airnesses to show up.
Why?
That was the perfect response. Oh, sorry.
Mishka knows how they keep wrecking everything in the house.
Uh,
She has no faith in them.
Does this mean I should be going with you guys? I mean, I could get a tux or something.
Well, someone has to watch the platypus, and Docs will point to the platypus probably throwing up in the corner.
It's been making a nest. Ugh. It's like twice my size, at least. I don't think I'm the right one to look after it.
Well, I mean, the worst that happens is you get eaten.
You know what? This calls for me to make a phone call. I know just the person to look after an animal here. Don't worry about it. I will arrange something. I'm going to get a tux and come with you to try to make sure the two harlots don't do anything too bad. You know. Let's see here. Oh yeah, hey, how's it going? No. Don't worry, no. We're on for tomorrow. Don't worry about it. Yeah, we'll do the raid. I think Marcus is down. Cool, awesome. Hey, can you do me a favor? Well, do us a favor. We're gonna be out of town for like half a week. We got a pet here that needs to be fed. What the hell does it eat?
I will look at Mishka. What does it eat?
Everything.
Yeah, it kind of eats whatever. It's not very picky.
It's not a picky eater. I recommend small rodents. It wanders around the apartment. It's friendly, usually. Look, man, just do us a favor. I'll trade you that rifle you were looking for. Yeah, I know. You've been bothering me for weeks about it, but don't worry. This is important business, so I'm willing to trade for it. He's gonna like put his hand off the phone and like turn to it. Besides the fact that I just got a second one, unlucky bastard. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Travis will look after it.
Oh, all right. Sure. Mishka, maybe don't bring the worms, and Docs will point to the worms crawling all over you.
As one like crawls out from like somewhere in her hair, like crawls across her forehead and back end, and she's like, "What?"
Is it even possible to have them nest on anything else?
Probably. I mean, they're probably used to nesting on something. You could probably put together some form of artificial nest for them.
Okay, I will do that then.
Okay.
We'll work on a nest for them.
You could probably like also like put it in like a not like one of the like ferret cages or something, one of those big cages.
Yeah.
Pour in some crickets or stuff. Keep them fed for a while. They'll be hunting in there.
Yeah.
As you see like one of them emerge and like grab a cricket and tear it apart, shake it about, like crunk on it. It's like chunks of cricket are flying all over the place. They're very messy eaters.
Good job.
As then it will kind of like just lick up what's remaining with like this weird spiked tongue that'll like kind of lash out, like grab it. Like the tongue grabs stuff. It's like
Beautiful.
Oh God, we could have had like something cute, but we got these instead.
Yeah. Somehow I got the 20 on the fucking worms.
Horrible monstrosity.
You could have literally gotten any other pet. Because if I got a 20 on any other ones, it would be my pet.
I mean, some of them you really couldn't fit. Like, what was it like?
We would have figured it out.
The elephant giraffes or something.
Yeah, we would have figured it out.
Sure.
I get the runt of the pack, you know.
A very long-legged, like elephant giraffe thing.
Or a fox.
Yeah, the foxes would have been wonderful, but no,
Yeah.
they were
No.
standoffish. Standoffish.
Worms.
Worm monster.
The worm monster. All right. So now you've arranged to take care of the pets. You have a full group to get in your van. Your white unmarked van. I think it's technically like a van with seats in it, though. You know, but it's still like white and unmarked or something.
Nothing suspicious about it.
That you road tripped in before. Yeah. You're ready to, I guess, head north when you want to. Is there anything else you want to arrange for a wedding? What kind of gift do you want to get?
Oh, does Docs know, like, either of the people getting married? That's the thing.
Probably not.
Yeah, because Docs is kind of like, they just call them in when someone needs killed. Or something stolen.
So you know that the, Dawn's niece is, why is, because my fingers are not in the right place on the frickin' keyboard. That explains it. Is Shalia Nafine. And you can easily find out that she is marrying one Garrick Dabalar.
Okay, well...
You know that it's the Dawn's sister's daughter, if that helps out, you know. They're still considered part of the family as she married a maid elf, you know. And she herself dabbles in some business for the family. The niece hasn't really been involved. That's to say so far. She has not taken up the option to become involved.
Okay. Docs will just go for like a pretty nice and pricey wine bottle.
Okay.
As a gift.
Pretty standard. You can probably find a nice elven wine, imported, you know, something good. Definitely a good gift. All right. So you've acquired gift. You've acquired some outfits. You get some, like, you know, there's a little bit of tailoring for everybody that's getting the outfits as you're getting it taken care of. You can get, Docs can get the kind of outfit. What kind of outfit are you going for, Docs?
Probably like your standard nice tuxedo kind of thing.
Okay, so you're going for the tuxedo.
Yeah.
Mishka, you got some options. There is your standard traditional, like, dresses that a lot would use. There is, of course, certainly a expensive shop for folks of the natural order, aka bougie druids.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
You can find some wedding wear from the bougie druid place.
Hell yeah.
All right. It will involve probably like a headdress of like antlers and like preserved roses and stuff. Like a gown that seems like a kind of like a very lush gown that's actually made of the leaves of the ironwood tree. So they're actually like, they're kind of like hardened leaves and stuff that they kind of have shaped and kind of made into like a very like tough outfit there. And it's kind of got a kind of like, it's that thing that's kind of like a cape, but not quite a cape that goes with the dress. I don't know what it is. I've seen it a couple of times.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, but it's like made of like, you know, beautiful blue feathers, you know.
Hell yeah.
It's got like some like amber fittings for like jewelry and stuff, you know. Just to go for that in complete natural order.
Beautiful.
And you have the option of renting a small animal trained to sit on your shoulder.
What animal?
What do you want?
She's gonna pick the weirdest thing.
Yes,
I'm scared.
that's the plan.
All
That's
right.
the weirdest thing I can get.
That's a good question.
I
Animal.
need the weirdest thing because Misha knows that it will bother dogs, but it's still gonna fit in with the rest of it, so you can't yell at her.
Just silent disappointment.
So, give me a second. Wow. You know what? No, that's kind of normal. I'm just trying to think of a good one that'd be unusual. There's no like good tiny creature list, unfortunately. You know. That might be good. If you're looking for weird, you can rent a myconoid. It's a mushroom man. It's like a 2-foot tall mushroom man who can sit on your shoulder.
Let's go. I'm gonna have a mushroom man. Let's get it.
Shit.
I'm gonna eat a little mushroom man.
Let's see here. How smart are you? I don't know.
I think it depends on like what stage of life it's in.
It's a tiny version of it. It's like a dwarf myconoid. That's why it's so tiny. You know, it's a unique offshoot of the main line of myconoids.
Well, the normal ones, according to 5e tools, only have 10 intelligence, so
yeah. So it's
about as smart as a person.
I don't know if it speaks. Does it speak?
I'm looking on like the wiki page where it doesn't list the language.
I don't even know what book it's supposed to be in because they got 5e statistics. Oh, I can click here and see what it's from. 5th edition monster manual. It's in the monster manual. I'll just use the monster manual if I can look it up quickly.
I'm looking at 5e tools. Languages, none.
Oh,
according
okay.
to 5e tools.
So it'll just kind of like look at you and like just like kind of like shake its head and like kind of wave its hand a little bit.
I'm just gonna.
She waves back.
Spends more than 1 hour in the sunlight, it dies.
Don't worry, we'll get it.
That's actually that's why it's dwarf. It's a surface variant. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. In order to survive going to the surface, they got smaller. It's a rare surface variant that was discovered in Mostica. Or not Mostica, the country south of it, because I can't remember the hell that is, and I'm not going to look up the map for it now.
I'm not opening the map.
Whatever the equivalent of South America was. It's a variant from South America that was like a dwarf myconoid that was a surface-dwelling one. So they're hardier than their Underdark brethren, but they grow to not large at all instead. Their Underdark brethren grow to be 12 feet tall when they get oldest. These guys... this one's probably like, you know, middle-aged. It'll eventually grow to be maybe 4 feet tall. Wow. That's like maybe considered medium.
Nice.
Maybe. Now it's only like 1.5 feet tall.
As soon as you take it, Dox is gonna glare at you.
It's gonna have like the speckled mushroom head, like it's like the holes in it or something, like a
Is it like Toad?
No.
Yeah, I just got Toad on your shoulder.
Oh God, that's such a weird picture. No, I'll share the mic and picture here.
Oh, it's just Captain Toad on vacation.
Let me just throw this out here quickly so people can see it. You have to look on the site there, but that's the picture. Oh Jesus, I don't do that either.
Beautiful.
The tiny purple one that if you look at that picture that they have of him, that's kind of what it looks like.
I love him.
with the morels are like that. That's it. So he's got the morel head.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, Dox will look at you and go like, you couldn't have picked like a bird or something. You had to pick a. All right, sure.
I can have both.
I think the bird might eat it.
It costs extra to rent the bird.
It's okay. As long as they're both safe.
What kind of bird would you want?
She'll let Dox pick it. So that he doesn't get more angry with her.
Something not super weird and fits the outfit. I don't know what the outfit looks like, aside from like iron leaf dress and antlers.
Well, let's see here. Your options are from a various of like things like parrots, sparrows, owls, things like that, hawks. There's a giant eagle. Let's see here. There's a bat, which they're like, it's technically not a bird, but it flies, so maybe you want that. Vampire bat. There's a monkey with wings.
Stop naming every animal you can.
No. I'm on stream now, kids, so bye. Same options. Which you're not sure the monkey with wings is a bird either, but it's there.
I don't know. Dox's nature is not great. He might.
There is the giant eagle, which is obviously not going to be on the shoulder. That's just like, hello there.
Can I talk?
Yes.
What are they called?
Shall I accompany your friend to this amazing event? I enjoy visiting them. And everybody balks at my majesty every time I go. Best employment I could have found. Indeed.
Dox will just pick out a cockatoo. Nice and simple. And not talking or weird.
You chose poorly!
She's gonna be so disappointed, like, I'm sorry. Like, it was my choice, I would have picked you.
Oh, thank you. These are all your shells, aren't they?
To be fair, she can switch out the mushroom man with the top on.
But the mushroom man would be disappointed. He's
happy.
I can't switch out the mushroom man. God damn.
So yes, you have Mushroom Man and a cockatoo. He's like, stop. and you're being judged by a giant like man-sized eagle that's like, you chose poorly. I am the only creature to accompany anyone.
He must be.
We'll get a tiny suit for the Mushroom Man.
The Mushroom Man is part of an outfit, thank you very much, along with the cockatoo.
How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you think they are not fancy enough?
Oh, God.
Just the right amount of fancy. Alright, so that's 2 outfits down, 2 to go. And it looks like it's time to head north. We'll go for a little bit longer here. So, I assume, do you want to stop before you... Well, you probably will need to stop. You're probably going to have to leave early in the morning for best results. The idea would be to stop over somewhere outside of the Tun Marshes and Suzale. I mean, kind of slightly get head to the side, detour to the Tun Marshes to pick up an outfit for Vercel, and then head to Sentinel Keep again. You can probably stay in Prosker.
I mean, if we want to continue driving, I can cast Greater Restoration like twice per day.
I also have to say, by the time you were arriving, you'd have to wait for the shop to open anyway. You're leaving... Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's fair. No, I know. It depends on when we arrive, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. It would be like 12 hours into your journey. You'd be arriving in that area.
Alright, yeah, it sounds like the plan to get Vercel some nice clothing. And we'll figure out Thursdays later.
Well, Thursdays we're hopefully going to get settled with.
You hope.
We live in hope.
Mm-hmm. So, Prosker's an interesting town, as is in fact best considered a unique that a lot of the cities kind of have formed small states around them. Prosker has a pretty small area of control, so it's kind of like is it Liechtenstein? Is like it's like almost a city in Europe kind of thing?
It's either San Marino, I think, is the one that's
San Marino is the one
city.
that's really small. Yeah. So you think about San Marino and how it's like a city. Prosker's closer to that, I would say, in this region. Prosker was always it's a trading city, a major trade with Coromir, the country nearby, and it's known for its honest and fair trade. So honest and so fair that the Thieves Guild back in the old days operated in open, and even the Red Wizards, who were looked upon very poorly, could just hang around in the open. Because anybody could do anything there, and yes. When they say honest and fair, I mean, it's a thing.
Oh boy.
The city has not really gotten better in various ways. In some ways it has. Organized crime is still technically illegal there. It's just... It's like a very good country to bring things into and then ship them out to somewhere else, because they won't ask any questions about them coming in there originally. And most of the goods that travel through the town, through the various merchant groups, using the major roadways, are fairly scrupulous. So the very few unscrupulous ones, you can't really point them out very easily. So, it is a lawful place, just a lawful place that doesn't say anything about a lot of things that are going on below the surface. Anyway, cough, cough.
Lawful place without many laws.
It makes them money, don't talk about it.
That's probably the best way to say it. If it makes the money, just don't talk about it. So yeah, you can stop by Prosker. It's not a bad place to go to along the way. So you'll once again journey your long journey north, and it'll be a pretty long day of driving. I mean, it's like a 12-hour day to get to Prosker, pretty much. I'll actually say it's probably 11 hours, because Prosker's a little closer than you would have been otherwise if you pushed on, and you are technically stopping by the marshlands then. The place seems very nice. You're welcomed in. They ask if you have anything to, trade. What's your business here? Things like that. As your various, declare some stuff. And I'm sure you will declare plenty
nothing
of things.
illegal on him.
I don't think we have anything to declare. I mean, we've left all our cursed items back at the hotel.
Do we declare the cockatoo? Do we have to declare that?
Oh, the cockatoo and the mushroom.
The mushroom man.
That's
maybe. I don't know if you necessarily have to declare them as they are. The Mushroom Man, I mean, like, you probably have something for that, like, if you declare it. So, I mean, that's nice. Alright, sure. You'll be able to get in, stay at, like, a reasonable hotel kind of place. I'm guessing the next morning you'll head for Risks, Scaled, and Cold-Blooded?
Yeah.
Alright.
Doc's being terrified of Roussel because Roussel is big and scary. Will just let Roussel get what they want, and he will just go get some tea.
Okay.
Nice.
And I will pick something out.
Alright, is there any particular kind of outfit you want to go for or something like that? Or just, you know...
Again, I'd shoot for something that they would say would be good for a wedding.
Okay. You'll find something that's very traditional lizard folk. It looks really nice, you know. Definitely a nice outfit there that you can get.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright. So, let's see. What time are we at now? Why don't we, take a break here, now that you've acquired outfits. And then we'll, kind of come back and, continue our adventures here when we return. Yeah, that's probably a good place to, leave it off, I think. Okay. So if you need a drink, snack, bathroom break, we'll do that, and then we'll worry about, you know, like, details on outfits and stuff like that. And getting to Zental Keep for the first part of this amazing wedding adventure when we return. So we'll see you in a minute, folks. I forgot I have to do that. Yeah, totally normal fish necklaces. Anyway, welcome back. So you find yourself in Tunmarsh, in kind of like, I would call it like a, it's a like mixed city. There's like this main like city center, which is built up on some of the dry land in the marsh, where you have like all these actual businesses and places to, like, you know, shop. The majority of the population does seem to be like lizard folk and a couple other races. You'll actually see, like, you know, walking down the street as you kind of leave the shop, a black dragon in like a jacket and a hat with a badge on it. It's gonna look at you like, more tourists. Behave yourself, they're tourists.
This is how all dragons sound now.
I'm the law around here. Anyway, so yeah, welcome to Tunmarsh. And then, like, some buildings that are out on, like, you know, docks and stuff, the surrounding area. They've got this entire extensive kind of dock network of stuff, and the main roadways kind of come in and out. One main roadway in and one main roadway out. There isn't a lot of traffic in here, as is marshlands. It kind of sucks otherwise, traveling. Very good speedboat network and stuff, too. So they probably have, like, speedboats you can rent. Very nice. Anyway. Lizard folk, some humans, you know, the groups have kind of ended together here at they just call it the main settlement here, Tun, after the Tun Marshes, or Marsh of Tun, whichever you say. But you can depart and keep on your journey and head for Zental Keep. It'll be another long day of driving, certainly. Probably not as long as the last one, as you pushed forward through most of your journey on the way here originally to Tun Marshes and got some sleep. But you can arrive in the city of Zental Keep kind of around the evening time. Did you want to try to arrange a hotel ahead of time?
Or yeah, Docs would have probably done that.
Sounds like a good plan. So the thing about Zental Keep is it was once a theocracy under Bane. So not a very nice place, to say the least. Though Bane was eventually replaced with Cyric later on, who's the Prince of Lies. So we went from lawful evil to more, or just neutral evil, to more of a chaotic evil, and their entire thing. So that was a thing that happened for major religions that existed. Currently, I'd say the government of Zental Keep is probably one that has distanced itself from its religious ancestry. There certainly is signs of the former being like a former theocracy. There's a lot of like temples that are left over. Most of them are repurposed buildings, but you can tell they were temples. The main downtown city center has very like old world European feel to it, most certainly. They don't have a lot of like major skyscrapers in there, just because it is an old city. And even when the modernization occurred, they tended not to have any. There are a few that have popped up in areas that would be called like more of like a business district. But the majority of the area tends to be buildings that maybe reach up at most 5 or 6 stories at highest. So, yeah. There isn't any trouble getting into the city. Getting to it, your hotel is. It's a very nice place. You know that tomorrow you are expected at noon. It's going to be at an elven restaurant in the business district. There's going to be a large meeting, assumed to be a couple dozen. It's assumed for you, Docs, that most likely anybody you bring with you would represent you. So it's your choice. If you want to bring anybody with you, you can go without them. You can go with them.
Oh boy.
I will note that Mishka, Thursey, and Vercel can tell you they have connections to the Elven Mafia. They were in good with one of the Dons. Not the one that you're going to, but a different Don.
Alright, well, as long as if you're on your best behavior and don't kill anyone or insult anyone, I suppose you could tag along. Maybe leave the animals.
I mean, you're probably not going in your like super formal wear anyway. This is
no, probably not.
This is not the web itself. This is an event.
Yeah. But yeah, they're welcome to come. They have connections and they are business associates of Doc's.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So you'll kind of arrive fashionably on time. Not fashionably late, not fashionably early. Just a good amount on time. Kind of judging it out, heading into the business district of town. Getting into this elven restaurant. So, as I described previously, elven restaurants have it like it's a very like kind of forest motif with like a living wood, oftentimes put into areas of the buildings. They like to have separate buildings rather than being part of another one. Smaller buildings that almost seem like part of the trees. A lot of natural things, not completely vegetarian meals, but very natural order, heavy with a lot of mushrooms and leafy greens and stuff, though they do have small game and stuff, and they have a fondness for things like venison and other gamey meats too. There's not a lot of farmed meats and stuff, maybe some fish and stuff in some of the elven cuisine. So there's kind of like an accoutrement spread that seems to be on like a it seems to be made out of like what looks to be on the table like a platform where like a like little tree is almost growing out of, and like kind of like growing on the tree are these like little like things that have hooked onto them that look like they're made of vines that go down to these little plates with various like accoutrements on them, so you can pick up little plates, and they have other like kind of like in bowls around the base of it, various dips and stuff too, so you can pick up little things like a little snack area in the middle, as like a bunch of very tough mafia elven men and women are kind of around, you know. There will be like these kind of looks that are going to come out as soon as you arrive, but then like, you know, they're not going to stop their conversation and they're going to kind of go back to it.
Okay. Dox will likely be in the form that most of the people he works more directly with, which is the changeling form rather than the drow form. And he will go and I suppose join the meeting.
Yeah. You'll know that you'll probably have to talk to the Don. The Don, you know, is Don Erden. Neven Erden. Where's his name? You're like, welcome, Dox. How good of you to come. Thank you for attending this important meeting. Who are your friends here?
These are the individuals I've been helping. They're useful and they have connections to the family down. It's Callanport is where they have the connections with.
Yeah, the
down in Callanport.
So you are familiar with the family. That is excellent. Please, enjoy the accoutrements. You will understand that we will be getting down to business, and it will most likely not involve you. But your guests are welcome, as they are associated with the family.
Okay.
There'll be a little bit more chatting and stuff, but eventually, like, kind of like, around a number of tables that have been kind of pushed together to form, like, a much larger table, the meeting will kind of get down. There's probably about 24 elves kind of around the table with you, Dox, with the Don at the head. There's probably about another dozen that are kind of hanging around that seem to be less involved, that are also bothering, like, you know, around where Mishka, Vercel, and Thursday are kind of hanging around now. So it's up to you if you two want to small talk the gangster associates. All right, we'll go that for probably not.
Just awkwardly standing there in the corner.
You think they know how to socialize?
You could chat up someone about your worm monsters and how you've been taking care of them.
Oh yeah, let's go. I'll find someone who likes my mushroom and my bird, I guess. Talk to them about the animals I've got, this platypus. Mm-hmm. They're probably gonna just look at her like she's insane talking about this platypus.
Oh, you're friends with the family too? Oh, that's so wonderful. You know, my Jimmy, he's such a great member. You know, Jimmy there, they call him the Smile. I love the man. But, you know, I don't try to get in his work. Don't call him the Smile for his wonderful smile. Let me tell you that, honey. It is wonderful, though. Jimmy knows how to woo a woman's heart. You know, he brought me home, what our pet is, we got an elk in the backyard that's been living there. You know, it's not the fanciest. It's not one of them albino elks like I hear a few of the other families that maid families are. Albino elks are just expensive, you know, and we could stick with the deer, but, you know, an elk says a little bit more than just a deer. But you have some strange Ocean worms. That's kind of interesting.
Yes.
What did I eat? Because I always thought about importing a pet from somewhere. Now, I went for more... I was thinking of one of them big salamander creatures from Karator. Because I hear... I can get a little pond or something, put it in there. It'll eat some of the local buds. Trust me, some of them buds are jerks. Not all of them. The pretty ones we can keep away. But those little rat bastards that keep trying to eat my petunias, they can get eaten.
Yeah. You're just fully involved in this conversation. She was like, yeah, absolutely. These worms, they eat crickets most often, at least when they're small. When they're bigger, I'm not quite sure what we're going to have to do with them. But it is a planet that eats everything.
By the time they're bigger, they would eat something the size of, I don't know, a cat or maybe a medium dog. So I mean, like, you can feed them a goat. I guess goats.
Goats?
You got a pesky goat infestation.
And of course, they're still messy eaters. So you see like a goat leg fly off, as it's like shaking it about. Blood flourishing all over the place, this like bang head. Bah! I don't know. That's much later though. Anyway, you will have a very nice conversation with the Elven Mafia wife. In the meantime, I've asked for you to assemble here today ahead of my niece's wedding, for there are some issues that we must handle. As of late, we have been having some issues with one of the other locals in some of our shipping districts on the west coast. It turns that the trolls are attempting to come into our territory. And one of them will be like, filthy trolls! Now. Settle down. That isn't our only issue. It seems as though that our dealings with the Red Wizards have not been as well as lately. A few of their members have been a little cheeky and disrespecting us. Now, I wish for us to keep our current business arrangements. Their black market magical goods are keeping us in the red right now, and that means we need the flow. But this does not mean we can take this down lying down. I'm going to need a volunteer to head to Thay and make some more deals with our Thayan contacts. I will do that for you, Don. Excellent. They're also speaking in Elven, may I note. Even with all that, I shall do that for you. Now be careful. You know as well as I do that we must keep out of the view of a certain member of the Zulukar Council. Saz-Tam, to be exact. That fishy necromancer is always looking to keep Thay pure. Now down to some more business. I will have some people look into the troll issue, but keep it in mind. And if you see any of the trolls putting their terrible graffiti up on the walls, keep us informed. We have to strike at them before they get a foothold in either Waterdeep, Baldur's Gate, or Neverwinter. Now for the final issue at hand. We are here in Zental Keep because of my cousin here, who runs this very nice establishment, has informed me that as of late, the families who are here have been a little lackluster. I understand the Zentalians, the police here, they crack down hard on our crime. But my money laundering hasn't been going as well lately. Are there any suggestions on how to improve this? Oh, Don, we've been doing a great job. Don't worry about it. We've been sending things in here. The shipping business has been going well. We just recently got in a shipment of some interesting toys that make noises and speak, animatronic toys, coming in from Wa. They're advanced, based on these little characters they have in some kind of animated cartoon. Apparently people love them. It makes little noises. There's apparently even games where you try to collect them and stuff in it. Trust me, it'll sell big in the markets back west. Sounds like you were tempting, but I think the issue comes down to good old Varial here. Varial. For so long, I've left you in charge here. Yes, Don, you have. I thought my men speak for themselves and do a good job. Then why has my money gone missing? I don't know what you're... Do not worry, my friend. I've already found out about it. As two men come up behind this guy, grab him, and drag him off like, no, Don, no, I'm loyal, no! And then you hear this thumping noise from the back room that sounds uniquely like a silenced pistol. Now that's taken care of. Faerun, I will be putting you in charge now. Oh, yes! About my... Keep up with your strange idea for importing stuff. I don't care, as long as the money keeps coming in. Is there any other business that anybody else has, now that the dirty stuff has been taken care of? Docs, my old friend. You've been very busy with your new friends.
I have been very busy.
There have been many issues that could have been resolved by you. This entire thing with Varia. So dirty, so dirty.
I do sincerely apologize for my absence. But
you remember the time we asked him to get a man a new necktie? And you know what? We certainly got him a new necktie. And there'll be a lot of chuckles across the room.
Well, as you all know, I do love the work I do.
Yes. And you see, that's why I've asked you to this meeting with everyone else here. Because it's important that they know what's going on and what I'm requesting of you. You see, for too long, an old friend of mine has been a thorn in our sides, though he doesn't know it. From out east, in Narfa, in the forest of Lethir, an old associate of mine has been, well, she stepped away from the family and been going into business for herself. We've turned a blind eye to it for quite some time. But now, it seems as though she's been planning something. Where it is that she's going to be muscling in on my territory, my people. Reaching out to some very loyal men and women of this council. They came to me as soon as this harlot came to them. She thought just because a few small incidents created tension between us, that it would drive a wedge between us. No. They were as loyal as ever. And in fact, old transgressions have been forgiven. As he turns to a couple of them, they're like nodding their heads. They've gained loyalty back in spades. But she doesn't know it. She thinks that someone will be taking my head at this wedding, signed to all the others of the power grab. Docs, that's why I've asked you here. I need you to kill somebody at my niece's wedding. And I need it to be a show.
I have a way to make it a show.
The only thing I ask is to wait for the ceremony to complete. Let us have it during the dinner. I need you to murder Sana and Naram. The bitch must die. Make it public, make it violent. And make it that you look like this person. This is her right-hand man, who is remaining back in her territory. We know he is not accompanying her. I want her organization to fall apart, infighting. And then we'll sweep in and pick up the pieces.
I will happily do as you request. And the docs will kind of give this kind of. It's a little weird to probably see a changeling smile due to the blank face, so it's probably a bit sinister.
It'll be a picture of this like elven, like tough-looking elven man that they'll give you, and then he'll be like, maybe you could give her a necktie too. As then they're all gonna chuckle. Now, cousin, come, your finest for the rest of us. Friends, family, come join us at the table. Let us eat and celebrate. For a few days, my niece is getting married. My lovely sister's oldest. My lovely sister, who he's going to point to a woman next to it, who has done well to ensure our shipping has been doing well and has ensured our finest products have been getting out across the world. I'm filled with such love from all of you and the loyalty you show me. It is a good day, and it will be a good event this weekend. Fine elven dishes are going to kind of come around. I mean, they're not like fancy. Think of it like you can have a fancy Italian dinner. This is like a lot of like very like big, wholesome family dinner style stuff, you know. So like
Nice.
big old salad bowls, like a set of like double racks of venison, like venison ribs, kind of like a splayed up, so it's like they're still connected together, even though they've been like taken apart, and kind of done, arranged with like this mushroom like kind of ragu all around it, and a big plate in the middle. So there's some like bowls of like these like fresh mushroom, like I would call them like a mushroom soup, except it's like a mushroom berry soup, but they use like a very tart berry. So it's like a meat, like a kind of like a sour meaty note to it, kind of like you might use like a cranberry sauce and some kind of like meats and stuff too, but they kind of build it into a soup with this kind of mushroominess and kind of some interesting stuff like that. And you'll enjoy the meal for a while, and then you'll be free to head out. With now that you've been given a mission to assassinate someone at a wedding.
Ooh, fun.
That'll be up to you to determine how to do that.
I have some fun ideas.
Interesting.
Back at the hotel, you'll like see Docs unpack his suitcase and then lift up kind of like a false bottom, and there's just various tools there, some kind of like fiber wire, things like that.
So the person that you be impression, just so you know, is right hand, if I'm not going to belch a little bit there, as Volgrid Zieglor.
Okay.
That's the one that you're given to impression. Alright, so now it's Wednesday. It's the evening.
Well, let me know if you want me to stab anyone. Were we there, or was it just him?
You were there. You were just eating in the background. You were like hanging out with like Mishka was probably a little distracted, having a nice conversation with that mafia wife.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. She learned a lot about proper elk maintenance, how to take care of an elk in such a way, that it's the premium proprius. You got to tie like fresh flowers to its antlers to show off. Especially for going to shows. So basically, just like they have small dogs, instead elks and other ungulates for elven families.
Honestly, Amber's, and not Amber, fucking, that's one of my other characters.
I know that feeling.
He's just getting ideas for more pets.
She's gonna come back with like an elk, and you're like, "Why do you have an elk? We have an apartment." But
Yeah, what are you gonna feed that thing?
The elf said it would be cool. now we're like a member of the mafia.
Let me fit in more now.
Mm-hmm. You fit in more now. Exactly.
I have 2 questions relating
Sure.
to things. One, what kind of sword is this not evil cursed sword?
Longsword?
It's a longsword? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That works. That could be very violent.
Mm-hmm.
And two, was I actually given the picture of the person?
You were given a picture of the person.
So I
Yes.
can replicate them.
Yeah. You were probably given like a small folder with like probably half a dozen pictures to get from different angles and stuff, just to give you an idea of how they exactly look. You know.
So for the next days or so over the course till the wedding, you'll just see Doc's in his actual work habit of intently studying a target, becoming them for a bit, trying to act as much like them as they can. And it's very methodical as well.
Well, if you need me to stab anyone, let me know.
Okay.
Oh, it needs to specifically be very brutal in public.
If you need me to light anyone on fire, let me know.
Okay, I'm wondering how many people got my necktie reference too.
I'm assuming it was like a Hitman reference where you like choke them out with the fiber wire.
No.
Or was
No,
it
it's
the
not.
like the other kind of necktie where you like? Because I don't remember what it's called, but I've heard it described as like it has something to do with pulling a tongue through something.
Yes.
That one, okay. I don't know what
Yes.
that's specifically called, but I know that was
that
a
involves
thing.
cutting open a throat and pulling the tongue through it.
Oh, nice.
Yes. It is incredibly brutal and terrible, and it is a thing that's there was some like I think it might have been Mafia even Hitman was known for, I recall. I can't remember the exact name of it. There's like a certain type, like something necktie that some person was known to actually do.
It's apparently called a Colombian necktie.
Okay, Colombian necktie. Why Colombian? Did the
Um,
Colombian guy do it?
Probably
Pablo
like
Escobar.
Colombian Mafia.
It was not. It wasn't Mafia. It was.
It was
Cartel.
drug cartel.
Cartel.
Pablo Escobar.
Yep, there you go. That seems pleasant. And apparently that's what they were saying, maybe you could do that. But they're leaving it up to you. As creative as you want to be with the horribleness and murder that you want. Your choice of brutality.
Fun.
I have Bestow Curse prepared if you need it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have some actual awful spells.
See, but I can cast Bestow Curse level 5, which means it doesn't. I can cast it like permanently. I think
It's gonna take like. It's only. I gotta say, like from now
level
on,
5. Level 5 makes it so it doesn't require a duration or makes it grants a duration that doesn't require concentration.
So, Flan is about 80 miles away from Zental Keep. So there is a distance, not a major one. You can get there in a couple hours.
Okay.
It's Wednesday
So
evening,
level,
and you know that you do not need to be there for Friday, but like the rehearsal dinner and stuff happens on Friday. You don't need to be there for that since you're technically not involved in that. But that is when things will be starting to assemble on Friday. That's when probably a lot of major people will be coming in. There might be like luncheons and stuff. There probably is some kind of like... There's probably like a luncheon involving the bride and a luncheon involving the groom that, like people can go to, things like that. I don't know if they'd be together on that day. I don't know. There's a lot of little like things that are going on the day that there's not necessarily need to be there for. We really have to be there for the Saturday event. So you will have this evening and 2 more days. As I said, a couple hours to get there. You can definitely stay at the hotel again that you've got now for another night. Then the question does become, when do you want to arrive in Flan? Is what do you want to do over the next couple of days? I know, Docs, you're preparing for what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody else kind of has options right now. And I kind of want to know what you would do. You can just kill time. We got to skip forward. It's your option of when you want to head towards Flan, too. As I said, Zendelkeep's a much larger city. A lot more, I would say, like, large Eastern European city kind of feels to it, probably. Because it's got probably a little bit more Eastern rather than Western European feel to the type of architecture and stuff. You know, like, capital of, like, Hungary or something. I can't remember what it is right now.
Budapest for Hungary.
Budapest, like
I think it's Budapest.
Sounds about right. Like, so, like, you know, very Budapest kind of thing, or like the Romanian capital. I should know because I mentioned it in Legacies of Kain. But God, I forget.
Bucharest.
Bucharest. They're so close.
They are.
So yeah.
Yeah, I have some terrible things I can do to this person.
Yes, you do.
I kind of wish Bestow Curse was more interesting.
Why are they so... sorry, I'm getting distracted by Budapest and Bucharest. I'm just... yeah, but I feel Bestow Curse lost a lot in 5th edition, unfortunately. But they don't have a lot of as much permanent stuff as older editions.
To cast it permanently, you have to cast it as a 9th level spell.
Yeah.
At 7th level, it's 24 hours. At 5th level, it's 8 hours. And then 4th level, it's 10 minutes requiring concentration. And 3rd level, which is when you get it, it's 1 minute requiring concentration. 5th level and above, thankfully, you don't have to concentrate anymore. But because I could think of some really good ways to curse a guy just to make his life miserable.
I mean, they still have that. There's a level of creativity to everything, but again, I feel like they limit things a little bit too, unfortunately, for Bestow Curse, and it's kind of neat. Yeah, I'm sorry. Harkening back to 3rd edition and / Pathfinder, 1st edition at very least, Bestow Curse was permanent, and it's a 3rd / 4th level spell.
Yeah, just to be able to curse them permanently, I'd have some, like, and I think in those editions, the power of it was greater the higher the level, rather than...
It was harder to get rid of, like, things like that, I think is a lot of what it was. Anyway.
But...
so, yes. You could curse someone. Yeah, you needed to remove curse in the older stuff. So, God. What is your plan? Do you want to head for Flan as soon as possible? You could definitely get... I'm assured that you know where you're staying there. Would you have arranged to arrive on Thursday in Flan or Friday? Because if you had arranged ahead of time.
Probably would have compensated for travel.
Mm-hmm.
Probably plan to arrive on Friday.
Okay.
Just to have compensated for travel time.
Right. Well, shit. So, all right. You can spend a day in Zental Keep. You know, there's probably some things you can do to. I'm sure Therzy will tourist a little bit. Maybe visit the Citadel of the Raven or something. You know, hang around a little bit. And then later on Thursday, or like maybe like early Friday, you can head into Flan. Flan's is like a small city at this point in time. Best known for the fact that it has the Pool of Radiance inside it. Thing that there was apparently an entire series of video games based on. And novelizations of said video games. I don't remember what it does, but I remember these games existed. I never played them. So if you've ever heard the Ball of Radiance, hey, they're at that town. Where it was at. Radiance, not radiant. Close enough, though. I'll give you the points. Earn 1 point. There you go. I don't know what you can spend it on. So there's the ruins of a castle that, according to history, was once the largest in all of Faerun. In your time period, it was old then. So now it's really old. It was like 1,000 years old back then. Now it's like 3,000 years old. You know, but it's the ancient ruins of a largest castle that at that time was the largest in all of Faerun. It lost its title at one point in time, but it still holds the record of being one of the largest of all. Inside said ruins, though, they have been mainly made into a tourist attraction run by a circle of druids. Mm-hmm. They use it to keep some of the local forests and stuff alive and keep it from poaching and stuff like that. This place is dedicated to relatively good deities. There's a council. There's an elected council in charge of it. Things like that. A lot of cool stuff going on. There's also a wow. So as I said, like there's like a arboretum, probably associated with Genov Castle. That is where the wedding is going to be taking place on, because that's convenient. That I had it run by druids, so I totally was planning that out. Totally planned that out. I'll put this in chat down. Valjevo Castle. Massive castle, has some underground areas connected with it. Most of the underground areas have been like converted into more touristy stuff. It's got grounds. It's well maintained. It's actually been fixed up a lot and repaired, so that it looks a lot more like a like the thing is, again, it was ancient even in your days. It's been repaired to look like that. So it'd be like, to give an example, it'd be like someone from a colonial times, like teleporting to a little bit into the future and having someone have a village or something from medieval times. So it's like you like you've seen modern day, but you're like seeing something even older, and that's exactly what it is. I don't think that's a good comparison, but I'm giving that there. Anyway, you've arrived on Friday. You'll check into your hotel. It's probably going to be the hotel. I'm going to say it's the hotel that was recommended by the Dawn. The Dawn gave recommendations for anybody, a couple of recommendations. This is the big fancy hotel that the bridal party is staying on. So there's a lot of rooms that were empty. They kind of made it that, you know, they were like hint, keep rooms empty for people that are connected with the family, things like that, you know. And so you were able to easily get a room here for probably a little cheaper than normal for such a fancy place. So it's got like, you know, really fancy rooms, you know, like a would be like a 5-star restaurant downstairs. It's literally immaculate, beautiful looking. It's probably one of the bigger buildings in Flan, this hotel. So it's like a big expensive one, probably hitting up at like, you know, 10 stories, which again, like not super tall. But this is a small city, so you don't have a lot of really tall buildings. There's a couple of them, and this is one of them. The tallest building in town actually tends to be the what would be called instead of a city hall, they have the city tower, which is their version of city hall, which is like all their government buildings combined into one tower form, you know. There's certainly various old districts of Flan you can go visit. What do you want to do with your Friday? You probably arrive pretty early in the morning. There's probably it's a very quaint town, quaint city, really nice. Still a lot of like grass and greenery around. Still some open spots, you know, things like that. It's not completely filled. There's a lot of development, but it's not completely filled. I'm sure everybody's been to a town like that, or a city like that. It's still a city. It's just not... It's like a small city, I would call it. Small to medium city. Alright. Yeah. Oh, hey. You'll get a message from Robin that Vercel, you get one that'll inform you that of a local tailor shop that you can stop by that should have something ready for Thursday.
Perfect.
Mhm.
I will go there with Thursday to pick it up and make sure everything fits.
Okay. So they've obviously tailored the entire this obviously looked like a dress that was very tailored for Thursday as Thursday the Earnest. So it's a beautiful, very red dress, except there's this entire. It's really interesting because it's I would call it upscale, semi-armored dress. I don't know how to describe that other than that's the description I will give for this. Use your imagination.
Okay.
Yeah. There's probably reinforcements and metal bits in various places here that probably accentuate a lot of the form and stuff like that. It's probably got it's blood red with black accents. It certainly is fits with her as being an Aranus very well, but it's also God, I don't know how to say this nicely. I really don't. How much of a person with loose morals of the sexual nature do you think Thursday would be? Because I'm going to say this makes her look extremely that way.
Well, I mean, Docs has known Thursday for 2 months at this point, and that's it. So...
I mean, our characters did work at a strip club, so
that was also a thing, yeah.
But you worked at, but the thing is, you never stripped at the strip club. You were the servers.
It was yeah, we were the waiters, but at the same time,
you were basically you were working at a strip club that had Hooters waitresses as the waitresses, and you were the Hooters waitresses.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh God, I love the strip club. I can't forget it that there was just tiny gnomes hitting on you all the time. Hey there, baby! Come on, why don't you come back to my room? Yeah! Thanks for the drinks. Here's a little tip for you. Tiny hand pat on the butt. Yes, they were awful. It was probably not a great place to work. But you worked there.
Yeah.
Oh God. So yeah, you'll all have your outfits for the wedding. The wedding is tomorrow. It will start at noon. We have to assemble at the Arboretum. At noon, there will be this. The ceremony is going to take a while. It's going to be a 2-hour ceremony they're planning out. I'm going to be honest about that. They went for a spectacular, long wedding. Very, very apparently traditional Elven, too. So there's the main wedding part is 2 hours, followed by, another hour of, stuff related to the wedding before you're moving off to, the after-wedding party, in which there's 2 technical parties. The first part of it is where there's traditional kind of dance kind of thing, where everybody has to do a kind of dance thing. So it's you have dancing at a wedding. Normally you have that kind of post-food. You have the dancing after you've gotten the 2-hour ceremony, your hour kind of vow kind of thing, but it's not just the vows of the bride and groom. The hour long is the vows of what is the family of the event people, the friends, and the wedding party. That they give vows on how they are going to assist and help this family grow. and that goes for like an hour. Then you have about like an hour to 2 hours of traditional elven dancing and music for a little while before you finally get onto the food, which the party with food lasts deep into the night and would last approximately until midnight. They will go usually.
You're surprised at Purcell's ability to keep up with the elvish dancing.
Oh, nice.
It is a 12-hour event, an elven wedding. Now, traditionally, that is a traditional elven wedding. And the Elven Mafia, of course, is very traditional. So you're going to have to put up with it. So, Saturday morning, you'll all enjoy a nice breakfast. But then there will be a knock at the door.
Docs. There's like a peephole, I assume?
Sure.
To look and see who's there. Docs will look out to see who there is.
There's like a well-dressed elven man out there.
Alright, Docs will open the door.
The Don has come to have me inform you of some unfortunate news that he has found out about. Something that will put a hamper in your plans for today.
What's the news?
It is unfortunate that one Voldred Zigalor will be attending this wedding after a sudden change of plans, along with Senna Inaram. The Don would like to inform you that he would still like Mr. Voldred to be involved with the events as said beforehand. It is up to you to figure out how to make it happen.
Okay.
Good luck on your endeavor. The Mook will leave.
Okay, this works out great because I also have a plan for this.
Okay. So yes, your impersonation target is there. You with the person you got to murder, but you've got to murder them as that person. So good luck on separating them out. I'm going to ask a question here because we're going to be getting started with the wedding, and that will be getting into everything. This is probably a good stopping spot. We're only 2 hours in to our session here, so it's going to be a very short session. But we could stop here and have the wedding start next time because I don't know how the long wedding will go. The wedding could be pretty short, but that'll also again give a chance for Jess to join us, for the big part of the wedding. I'm trying not to say slutty dress, but it's a slutty dress.
It just just call it.
I'm trying to be nice about it. That was what was provided by Robin. You probably could have found something more. You may have been able to find something slightly more tactful, but you went to the person that probably hasn't cared about a wedding since her 50th. I don't know. It might not be that many. Oh no, it was like 30th.
Yeah, but it still is decent.
Yeah,
it should still be decent.
It's a very nice dress and would pass off as a dress someone could wear here. It's just probably some of the more prudish people in the audience be like, oh my, that woman, such manners. That's not the kind of dress you wear here. And then a couple of the mafia be like, hey baby, you wanna come back to my room and be my mistress? Honey, you already have 2 mistresses. I don't want to deal with another one. Not that I mind Jenny. She knows her way around various things. That's why we keep her in the house. Anyway. God, what did I just create there again?
Oh boy. Well, there are consequences to everything that is created in these games.
I don't know what I do half the time in these games. I say something and it's very silly and awful, and there you go. Anyway, I think that's probably good. I'm just...
I
you have mistresses at home that service both of you.
Yeah. I would agree that this is probably a good spot, because if Jess was here, that would have been... Maybe we could continue, but...
Yeah, I feel
Jess
like...
should really be here.
Yeah,
the
I would like
thing.
her to be back. I mean, we can still finish up the wedding without her, but I would like for her to be at the finale. So that's why I kind of feel like we've been pushing off things a little bit here, just to try to make sure we could get Jess. So, I mean, yeah, we'll end it here. And next time, you'll go to the Arboretum outside of Valjevo Castle. And for a wonderful wedding of Shayla and Garrick, and a murder of Miss Sana. Yep.
Murder mystery.
I mean,
Well,
the mystery.
you're gonna know who's doing
It's not
it.
going to be a mystery for us.
No. They're like, who could have done this horrible thing? Oh my!
For other people, it will be.
She's like still twitching there on the ground. Someone's cut out her tongue, so she's just bleeding all over the place, going like, oh! I just don't know what's going on.
Who did this?
Who's killed her? I think she's still alive. No.
Oh,
It's the body is being animated by dark magic. I don't know what caused it.
Yep.
Dark magic. Magical assassins. Magic poison. Anyway. All right. Yeah. Let's go around, have people shout out where to find them, etc. Let's do counterclockwise. I think I do that a lot. Jinx. Yeah.
Yes.
Brain. I was gonna say no. Mishka's the right name. Wow.
Real life.
No.
Jinx does not have worm monsters in real life. Okay.
I don't. I wish I had that platypus, so that would be great.
I respect that.
I am Jinx Jams on Twitch and Twitter. I will be streaming later Binding of Isaac, the new DLC game thingy. I'm gonna be playing that thing later.
Cool.
Yes.
Awesome. Where?
Did you say worm?
I did say worm.
Okay, I heard, and blue.
Okay, sorry.
So I was just like, was that me? Anyway,
That was probably me.
I'm Diamondworm. You can find me on twitch.tv/Diamondworm or at Diamondworm on Twitter. Diamondworm spelled WYRM. And I stream Thursdays at around 11:30ish. Yeah.
Cool. Alright, and Momo.
Yeah, I'm Momo. Hello, you can find me at MomoShoe on Twitch or AgiShoe on Twitter. I was gonna start streaming this week, but my internet decides to cut out consistently now, so I gotta fix that before I do anything.
Mm-hmm. And I'm Tantus Naravan Dracovin. You can find me here in No Stays. I've also found out now, going back to my European map, that Slovakia is called Bratislava. What's with B names? Anyway, Stardew Valley for some couch hanging. I'm doing some Stardew where I'm terraforming a desert and trying to earn $1 billion. Probably gonna I'm hoping to get back to the Parasite Eve, go to level 99 in that game, and maybe some Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines. I'll try to finish those up before I start new games. And if you're looking for more RPGs, you can always join us next week. Hopefully, we'll have the full cast here for records at 2 p.m. EST around then. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. is, and every other Tuesday, is Legacies of Kain, the Kain Vampire Masquerade game. And for more 5th edition D&D, you can always check out Children of Wrath at Thursdays at 8 p.m. EST in the evening. So, yep. There is the list of places and things and times and etc., etc. Thanks for joining us. It's been fun. Hopefully, you can join us again. And until next time, farewell.
See ya.